Next, let's queer up South Florida and Florida. The Stonewall New York Experience is coming to Fort Lauderdale in June 2024. The first Stonewall New York Experience is launching at Stonewall National Museum and Archive and Library in Fort Lauderdale on June 1st, 2024. This immersive Stonewall in Stonewall exhibit kicks off Pride Month with a time travel experience to June 28, 1969, just hours before the historic Stonewall Riots that ignited the global LGBTQ+ human rights movement. Visitors will be transported to the gritty, historic Stonewall Inn in New York City. The museum will feature a smoky bar setting, 1969 hits like Aquarius, Let the Sunshine In, playing from a jukebox, and a virtual bartender in drag discussing life on Christopher Street. Guests can shoot pool while listening to a virtual bar patron vent about the LGBTQ+ community's struggles in 1969 and the sanctuary provided by bars such as the Stonewall Inn. Interactive elements include photo ops with a Stonewall New York neon sign and naming opportunities, where visitors can have their names or loved ones' names displayed in the exhibit. The experience runs from June 1st to September 2nd, 2024, and will become a traveling exhibition in the fall of 2024, aiming to visit all 50 states over the next decade. So, if you can't visit Fort Lauderdale, visit stonewall-museum.org to find out when the exhibition is visiting your nearby city. Well, June 1st, so I can't think of a better way to spend the day before my birthday than attending the opening of the Stonewall in Stonewall exhibit at the Stonewall National Museum and Archives in Fort Lauderdale. I have a feeling this is going to be one of the most innovative and unforgettable experiences ever on exhibit at the Stonewall. I really feel that way.
You know, that's when our gay rights movement began, right? Was after the Stonewall riots. That's when we started Stonewall Pride, right? A few years later. And you know, I don't know about me. I wasn't born during that time, right? I use Botox, but it doesn't work that well, right? And so I've got, you know, we celebrate the Stonewall Inn many times from this table. So I've had FOMO from like not being there in 1969, right? So this will be so cool that Robert Keston, who is just an incredible soul, right? Like I remember meeting him for the first time and just going, "You are weird," and him going to me, "You are weird too. All right, we're friends forever," right? And he said he made it a point that he was going to bring this to all 50 states, and I even said to him, "Even Texas?" Like he's like, even Texas, Faye, you know, and more importantly, even Texas, you know, and that is the kind of guy that he is. So I can't wait for them to bring this here and for it to be just a cool, like immersive experience, right? And to, you know, throw a brick or throw a shot glass or dress like Sylvia or something. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I got to figure out, because give a girl a theme and I'm all about it.
But this is important. I've been working off and on with the Stonewall since 2005. And in 2005, the Stonewall brought into Fort Lauderdale a traveling exhibition from the National Holocaust Museum out of Washington, D.C.
Oh, wow.
Homosexual persecution, 1934 to 1943 or something. And it was pointed out that the focus was to explain that all of the myths about the gay community began with the Nazi PR machines, and how people have absorbed those myths and used it against the community all these years later, from all walks of life, whether it be religious or political. Now, this is important in my perspective, because not only does this give us a chance to discuss pride, but it also reminds us that we have a history that we don't discuss enough. And it also points out the importance of organizations like the Stonewall or One or any of these national museums that collect and celebrate our history, regardless of the grittiness. I mean, it's the span of every gay author to the history of porn.
Yeah.
I mean, that is our life, and it's important that we celebrate this. And one of the frustrating things I have down here is I don't think the local community, let alone the community at large, necessarily knows that the Stonewall is there. So I'm excited as all hell that the Stonewall is doing this great big event, because like in 2005, we had 5,000 people go through the exhibition in 3 weeks, and we expected 1,000.
Wow, incredible.
So it's very important that I think it's a great opportunity for the Stonewall to have a massive huge outreach. But I'm even more excited about the fact that they're going to go to all 50 stations and introduce not only the history to generations that may or may not know the reality of the Stonewall, but also the fact that they're introducing the Stonewall to the world, and we are the National Museum. It's self-proclaimed, but we are the largest museum of
And
its
you're
kind.
here in South Florida, and
Right
most
here.
people
Fort
don't even
Lauderdale.
know that it's here, like you said.
So I think that's what's important for me, is the whole introduction to the even the gay community that exists down here. We need to go to there and celebrate it, and we need to support the organization.
Yes. Yes.
You know?
I expect to see everybody there June 1st, but it will be running there all month long, right?
Yes.
All the way till September.
All right. That's going to be awesome.